You're 7 years old. You live in a village called El Naranjo in Aguililla, Michoacán. The roads aren't paved. The houses are cinder block and tin. Your family grows avocados on a hillside that belongs to someone else. You don't go to school past primary because there's no money, and no point. By the time you're 10, you can tell the difference between a lime tree and a poppy plant, and you know which one pays better. Everyone in Aguililla knows. The hills around you are full of marijuana and opium, and the men who grow it drive trucks your father will never own. You leave. You're a teenager. You cross into California with nothing. No papers, no English, no plan. You end up in the Bay Area, San Francisco. You sleep on floors. You pick up work where you can find it. But you're not here to work. You're here because California is the largest drug market on the planet, and the men from your village have been running product into it for decades. You're 19 years old when San Francisco police arrest you for the first time. Drug charges. You get processed, deported, and sent back to Mexico. You cross again. By your mid-20s, you're back in California. You've learned how the supply chain works, not from a textbook, from standing inside it. Who moves the product? Who holds the money? Who talks to the Americans? In 1992, undercover officers in San Francisco buy heroin from you. You're arrested. This time, it sticks. A federal court in the Northern District of California convicts you of conspiracy to distribute heroin. 5 years. Your brother gets 10. You serve 3 in a Texas federal prison. When they release you, they put you on a plane and deport you to Mexico for the second and final time. You're 28. You've been to American prison. You've watched how the Americans organize, how they build cases, how they think. You carry that back with you. But when you land in Mexico, you don't go back to the avocado hills. You become a police officer. Nobody knows how long you wear the badge. Months, maybe a year. What's known is that you learn how the other side operates, the checkpoints, the communication chains, the blind spots. Then you quit. You marry Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, a woman whose family has been growing and trafficking marijuana since the 1970s. Her brothers run a network. Her clan controls routes. When you marry her in 1996, you don't just gain a wife. You gain an army, a map, and a reason to climb. You join the Milenio Cartel, her family's operation. You start as a guard, then a sicario, a hitman protecting the boss, a man named Armando Valencia Cornelio, known as El Maradona. You're part of his inner circle. You do what needs doing, and you don't ask questions. For years, this is your world. Protect the boss, move the product, stay alive. Then the boss falls. August 2003, Mexican authorities arrest El Maradona. At the same time, a rival group called Los Zetas, the most violent cartel in Mexico, launches a full-armed offensive against your organization in Michoacán. The Milenio Cartel shatters. What's left of your people flee west to Jalisco. You relocate to Guadalajara with your wife's family. You're not running, you're repositioning. In Jalisco, you align with a man named Ignacio Coronel. They call him Nacho. He's a top lieutenant of the Sinaloa cartel, working directly under Joaquin Guzman, El Chapo. Under Nacho's umbrella, you manage drug operations and finances across Jalisco and Colima. You're not the boss. You're the operator, the man who makes things work quietly while other men put their names on buildings. Then Nacho gets killed. July 2010. Mexican military shoots him dead during a raid. The same year, the leader of what's left of the Milenio Cartel gets captured. The 2 men above you are gone. The structure collapses. 2 factions emerge from the wreckage. One side calls themselves La Resistencia. The other side calls themselves Los Torcidos, the Twisted Ones. You lead the Twisted Ones. You win the war. And from the ashes, you build something new. You call it the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. CJNG. The year is 2010, and you're 44 years old. At first, your cartel is small, a regional outfit in Jalisco, but you're different from the bosses who came before you. You don't just traffic drugs, you diversify. Fuel theft, extortion, illegal mining, timber, migrant smuggling, timeshare fraud, anything that generates cash, you take it. You recruit aggressively, including using fake job advertisements to lure young men, then forcing them to work for you. Those who resist are tortured. Those who try to escape are killed. You also do something no cartel boss has done before. You declare open war on the Mexican state. April 2015. Your men ambush and kill 15 police officers in Jalisco in a single attack. It's one of the deadliest strikes against security forces in modern Mexican history. The government responds. They send helicopters, federal police, military. They come to Jalisco to find you. May 1st, 2015. Before dawn, your convoy rolls through dirt roads in Via Purificación with the headlights off. 4 military helicopters spot you from above. Your men have rocket-propelled grenade launchers, Russian-made RPG-27s. They fire 6 rockets. 2 hit a Cougar helicopter carrying 18 people. The helicopter spins, falls, and explodes. 9 soldiers die. This is the first time in the entire Mexican drug war that a cartel has shot down a military aircraft. The government backs off. Not officially, but they don't come for you again. Not like that. Your message is received. Come for me, and I will burn your state to the ground. And you do. Your men set up narco blockades across Jalisco. They light businesses on fire. They blow up gas stations. They seize intersections. Guadalajara, a city of 5 million, goes dark. The message is simple. You run Jalisco. This is your country. Don't come back. They don't. Not for 11 years. By 2020, you control more territory than any drug lord in Mexican history. CJNG operates in at least 28 of Mexico's 32 states. You have contacts in over 40 countries. Your cartel is in every single U.S. state, all 50. The DEA considers you as powerful as the Sinaloa cartel. Your organization generates billions of dollars a year. You control the port of Manzanillo, which lets you import precursor chemicals from China to manufacture methamphetamine and fentanyl. Fentanyl, the drug that's killing Americans by the tens of thousands. Your cartel is one of the 2 primary suppliers. The U.S. government puts a $15 million bounty on your head. The Mexican government adds 300 million pesos. You are the most wanted man in the Western Hemisphere. But your family is falling apart. Your son, Ruben, they call him El Menchito, is your second in command. He's supposed to inherit everything. In 2020, he's extradited to the United States. The Americans charge him with trafficking fentanyl, cocaine, and methamphetamine. They say he used a grenade launcher to help shoot down that military helicopter in 2015, the one that saved your life. In March 2025, a U.S. court sentences him to life in prison plus 30 years. He will die in an American cell. Your daughter Jessica, La Negra, is a dual citizen, born in San Francisco, the same city where you were first arrested. In February 2020, she flies to Washington, D.C. to attend her brother's court hearing. Federal agents arrest her at the courthouse. She pleads guilty to financial crimes tied to the cartel. 30 months. Your wife, Rosalinda, La Jefa, is arrested in 2018 outside a 7-Eleven in Zapopan. She's living in a luxury high-rise. Authorities say she oversees 73 businesses that launder billions of pesos for your cartel. She posts bail. She's arrested again in 2021. Sentenced. Released early in 2025. You and Rosalinda separated in 2018. You're with someone else now, a woman named Guadalupe. Your brother Abraham, prison in California. Your brother-in-law Abigail, El Queenie, the financial brain of Los Queenies, captured. Your son-in-law arrested. Your godson arrested. One by one, the people around you disappear into cells. You are alone. Only 3 photographs of you exist. All of them are mugshots from California. A teenager, a young man, a stranger who hasn't been seen in public in 30 years. You are the most powerful criminal on the continent, and you are invisible. You don't use phones, you don't use the internet. You move between safe houses in the mountains of Jalisco. You trust almost no one. In June 2020, your cartel tries to assassinate the Mexico City police chief, Omar Garcia Harfuch. Your men ambush his armored SUV with rifles and grenades in broad daylight in the capital. They kill 2 of his bodyguards and an innocent woman. He survives. He's shot 3 times. He becomes Mexico's Secretary of Security. He will be the man who oversees the operation that kills you. In February 2025, President Trump designates your cartel as a foreign terrorist organization. You're no longer just a drug lord. You're an enemy of the state. Both states. The pressure builds. The intelligence tightens. The Americans and Mexicans are sharing information now, tracking your network, mapping your people. You should be more careful. But you're 59 years old. You've been running for decades, and you want to see her. February 20th, 2026. Mexican military intelligence identifies a man, someone trusted by one of your romantic partners. They follow him. He drives the woman to a gated complex on the outskirts of Tapalpa, a mountain town in Jalisco. Cabañas La Loma. The property was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury in 2015 for its ties to your cartel. You're already there, waiting. She stays the night. On February 21st, she leaves. You stay behind with a small security detail. The Americans confirm your location with additional intelligence. Mexican Special Forces begin planning. February 22nd, 2026. Before dawn, units from the Mexican Army, Air Force, and National Guard's Special Immediate Reaction Force move into position. 6 helicopters. Ground forces establish a cordon. They don't approach from Jalisco. They stage in neighboring states to avoid tipping off your people. Once they confirm you're still there, the ground forces advance. Your bodyguards open fire. The firefight erupts across the compound. 8 of your men die. You run. You and 2 bodyguards flee into the woods. The soldiers find you hiding in the undergrowth. There's one more exchange of gunfire. You're hit. Both bodyguards are hit. Your men had rocket launchers, the same type used in 2015. This time, they don't manage to fire them. Military medics reach you. You're in critical condition. They load you onto a helicopter. The plan is to fly you to Mexico City. You were supposed to be captured alive. You die in the air. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, born July 17, 1966, in a village with no paved roads. Dead February 22, 2026, in a helicopter over Jalisco. 59 years old. Within hours, your empire responds. Your right-hand man, El Tuli, offers 20,000 pesos for every soldier killed. 250 roadblocks go up across Mexico. 20 states burn. In Jalisco alone, 25 National Guard members are killed. A captain is assassinated by a car bomb. 50 bank branches are torched. More than 200 convenience stores are destroyed. Buses burn in Puerto Vallarta. Cars are set on fire in Costco parking lots. 1,000 tourists are stranded overnight at the Guadalajara Zoo. Airlines suspend flights. The U.S. State Department activates a 24-hour crisis hotline. Travelers are told to shelter in place. By the next day, Mexican forces track down El Tuli. He tries to flee. They kill him too. They find nearly $1.4 million in cash at the scene. Your son is in a cell in America. Your daughter has a criminal record. Your wife was released from prison a year ago. Your cartel has no successor. No one was ever supposed to replace you, because no one was ever supposed to catch you. You grew avocados. You sold heroin in San Francisco. You wore a police badge. You shot down a helicopter. You built the most powerful cartel in Mexican history. You operated in 50 countries. You made billions. You killed thousands. You were invisible for 30 years. And in the end, they found you because you wanted to see a woman. That's the story. That's El Mencho.